PM show nationwide, coast to coast, CRN Digital Talk Radio. Check out our website at crntalk.com. You're listening to us on the weekend edition every weekday. We're on at 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern. You got to come in on one of the weekday shows sometime, Scott St. James.
Okay.
Be kind of fun to have you hanging in here on that. And
I always enjoy coming here.
4 Pacific, 7 Eastern weekdays. And, of course, this show is done live on Fridays. We like to handicap football games on the Friday edition of the show. And you can check us out, by the way, at the website, crntalk.com. Tomas is putting up all the segments with our new camera array on YouTube, so you can see what you look like, Scott St. James.
Look, I just want to throw something else out here before we go to Jimmy Mack, and that is you were kind enough to mention the blog a minute ago, or a few minutes ago. I want to say it again. Scott St. James at blogspot.com and www.scottstjames.blogspot.com. A lot of people like Sarah Palin, and my headline story this week is about Sarah Palin.
So check it out. How do you get to there?
Check it out. www.scottstjames.blogspot.com.
All right, there you have it. Now, let's get to Jimmy Mack. Is he here? Music, please, Maestro. Jimmy Mack, welcome back here. Apparently, that young upstart news director, Eric Joseph, wiped us all out last week with a big win. 2 weeks in a row he's won, Jimmy Mack.
That's ridiculous. I can't figure out how he does it.
I don't know.
But not only that, I mean, he was cocky, too.
He's in here now. I'm telling you, he's going to come in. We'll see what he's got here.
He was cocky, and he won. So, you know, it's like they say, it ain't bragging if you do it.
It's cocky and he won.
I'm just going to shave the beard off.
Shave it off, man. Get rid of the beard. He's on camera now, folks.
Gentlemen, please.
No, he's
please.
not
There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get down to business.
He's not going to make any changes. The man's on a roll.
What
He's
is
not going
this?
to make any changes at all.
Is this week 9?
Week 9.
I
You
won
got it.
7 weeks in a row, and then week 8 comes over there, and Eric Joseph, whammo. Did you win week? You won 2 weeks in a row.
He's
haven't
probably
you?
won every
2
week.
weeks.
I think he's won 9 weeks in a row.
No, he hasn't.
Just beats me by 1.
All right, let's start
That's
with
all
the
it
games.
takes, though, Jimmy.
Chicago. This game is being played in Toronto. Chicago 3-point favorites over Buffalo. Jimmy Mack, what do you like?
I'm taking Buffalo and taking the points. They're looking good. They're playing much better.
All right, what do you think, Eric Joseph?
Chicago Buffalo? I'm going Buffalo.
Okay, and Scott St. James.
I also like Buffalo.
You guys are all going Buffalo. I'm going Chicago on this game.
Eric was looking over my shoulder. Eric, what I do is I take all this out and I have all my stuff circled. It doesn't mean it's going to be right because I only get 4 or 5 right a week.
San Diego playing at Houston. San Diego 3-point favorites. Eric Joseph.
Houston.
Wow.
Scott St. James.
I like San Diego in that game. I think San Diego got their act straightened out last week.
What do you think, Jimmy Mack?
You got to go to Houston because their number 1 tight end is not playing the game. Gates is out.
For San Diego?
Yes.
I still like San Diego.
I still like San Diego as well. I'll go with you, Scott St. James. New Orleans at Carolina. New Orleans 6.5-point favorite. Start with you, Jimmy Mack.
Well, Carolina had their game. They won it 2 weeks ago. That's it. They're done. New Orleans.
So you like New Orleans. Scott St. James.
I agree with him. New Orleans.
Eric Joseph.
New Orleans, I'm with you guys.
I'm going Carolina. All right, now we got Minnesota is at home against Arizona. 8.5-point favorites. I've picked Minnesota all the way along, but I am taking the points this week, and I'm going with Arizona.
So am I.
Scott St. James, Jimmy Mack.
I'm going with Minnesota, even without Brett Favre playing. I think they got to play for something. They're home. They play a different game.
You would think.
Eric Joseph.
Arizona.
All right, we move along here now to the New York Jets. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Atlanta at home. Atlanta playing Tampa Bay at home. Atlanta 8.5-point favorite. Scott St. James.
Well, this is a real interesting game. You know, the Jets last week, I didn't get it. Wait a minute, it's not the Jets. Jets are playing Detroit.
Yeah, this is Atlanta playing Tampa Bay at Atlanta.
Okay,
8.5-point favorites, Atlanta.
Okay. Atlanta.
Atlanta. What do you think, Jimmy Mack?
Well, the Bucks have not been getting any respect the whole game, the whole season. I got to take the points, and I'm going with Tampa Bay.
I'm with you on that one. And Eric Joseph.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. All right, now we move along to the Jets. They are playing at Detroit. 4-point favorites. Jimmy Mack, a big Jet fan. Will they cover those 4 points?
I don't think so. I think they're tough on the road, and I'm going to go with Detroit, to tell you the truth, because Detroit is playing much
Detroit
better.
has been looking good.
And they're looking really good, their defense and everything.
Eric Joseph?
Shutout last week. They're going to score a lot of points. Jets.
Jets. I'm agreeing with you, Eric Joseph and Scott St. James.
Me too. I think it's a rebound game for the Jets.
All right, now we move here along to Baltimore at home against Miami. Baltimore 5.5-point favorites at home against Miami. Eric Joseph.
I'm going to go with Miami on this one. You said 5.5?
Yep.
Miami.
I'm doing the same thing and taking the points. Scott St. James.
Baltimore.
Jimmy Mack.
I'm going with Miami because they won every away game this season.
Really? Okay, New England at Cleveland. This is an interesting game. New England, 4.5-point favorites. I'm picking New England. What do you think, Jimmy Mack?
Well, I'm going New England, but it's scary.
It is scary.
The line is too low. They're asking you to put New England, but I still got to go with them.
All right, Scott St. James.
I like New England.
Eric?
New England.
All right, we got that going now. We got the New York Giants, 6.5-point favorites, playing at Seattle. Tell me about this game, Jimmy Mack, because the quarterback's out at Seattle, right?
The quarterback is out. The game is up to 7, not 6.5, because the quarterback is out. But it's a 3,000-mile rule. Whether the team is good or bad, I'm taking Seattle. The Giants are traveling 3,000 miles. They're favorite. You bet against them. It's an 80%er.
All right, Eric Joseph.
What if they travel only 2,999 miles?
And then
I'm
it's
going to
not
go
the-
with Seattle.
What do you think?
I circled Seattle and I changed my mind. I'm taking the Giants.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I circled. I had a question mark, but I am going to go with the New York Giants as well.
It should be a very sloppy game, I see, but it should be good.
Oakland at Kansas, or rather Kansas City at Oakland. Oakland 2.5-point favorites. Jimmy Mack.
Well, they're both playing. This is a very hard game. They're
All right,
both
hold
playing
on. We got a
really-
break. You're going to take too long.
Take a break.
Hey, take a break. Jimmy Mack is going to start
Take a break. I
pontificating.
got to say something.
We're going to be back. He's going to be talking about it. We'll be back on CRN the PM Show, Weekend Edition. Stay with us. Who's watching your home when you're not there? It could be a burglar. Burglars prefer to break in when they think no one is home, and no one will stop them. Don't be an easy target for intruders. Protect your home with a free security system monitored by AD.